Alexander reporting. Well, to weigh in on this, let's bring in Josh Blackman. He's a constitutional law professor at the South Texas College of Law in Houston. Thanks for being on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let me first ask you about this and all of the, the concern that maybe Trump is considering getting rid of the independent counsel, or at least the calls for him to do that. Can he do that as president, or would that have to go to, say, the attorney general, or in this case, the deputy attorney general?
Well, first, let's be careful about terminology. Mueller is not an independent counsel. He's what's called a special counsel, and there's a very big difference. Under the existing regulations, the FBI director who's serving this position can be removed, but he can't be removed directly by the president. The attorney general has the power to remove him for a number of reasons. But because Attorney General Sessions has recused, that job falls to the number 2 guy in the agency, Rob Rosenstein, and he would have the responsibility to remove Mueller. So under the current law, Trump could not do so directly.
So, and in terms of your terminology, independent versus special, which is correct, he's special. He's being called the independent by a lot of people who are saying he isn't independent and that's why he should go. But that said, let's move on to the Sessions testimony this afternoon. What are you expecting to hear from him? How many answers, I guess, will he be able to answer on the questions that have been already floated?
So there are 2 factors to consider. First, that this is an open session in public. It's not a classified briefing. So there may be cases where the members of Congress ask things that are classified, and Sessions will say, I'm sorry, I can't answer that. The second question is, what will he talk about in light of his recusal? Your watchers may recall that several months ago, he recused from anything involving Russia. So I suspect if any questions come up involving Russia, he'll be recused. That's why it was Rosenstein who appointed Mueller and not Sessions. But I'm sure that the Democrats will try to grill him as much as possible on this to try and see if he'll give anything. I am doubtful he'll say much.
Yeah, and in his position as Attorney General, are you expecting that maybe he will say he can't answer many of those questions?
I suspect he'll duck most of the questions and say this is up to Associate Attorney General Rosenstein, who really has the authority to remove Mueller. But the important point is you need to find that Mueller did something wrong. He can't be removed merely because he's getting too close to the goods.
And how much do you think, in terms of the Russia investigation, it's coming up to almost a year, how much have we really learned?
Not much. I think nowadays when you say Russia, it's like, wow, Russia. But what does it actually mean? Was there any interaction? Was there any sort of collusion? We still don't know. And I think that's what Mueller is trying to investigate. Were there connections between Trump or maybe Trump's surrogates and the Russians? So far, it's a lot of speculation, but the smoking gun is still not present.
Okay. Constitutional law professor Josh Blackman, appreciate your time.